Hello and welcome back to a huge battle for multiplayer. I'm going to go over what they have right now. I'm playing a BEASTMEN faction, Attrition is too. We're looking at two Empire players over here who brought in a massive amount of infantry. I mean, check that out. That is a lot of range units and that could really tear us up. And at that moment, I went, hey, we got to get to the woods right now. We got to go right over here into the woods. That way we're able to fight and to avoid a lot of enemy fire. I'll have my build link down below, and here are my beautiful drawing tools too, enabled. They're beginning to fire at us right now. And again, we're just trying to get to this woods. I brought in a lot of Minotaurs. I mean, there's really not a lot of variety that you can commit to with a BEASTMEN faction. They need a lot more fleshing out before there's a lot of new builds that could be used. I mean, they have a lot of basic infantry, but again, they all kind of break in the same way. And here we go right now. Our enemies are beginning to move up. They have a huge amount of handgunners. They have a huge amount of crossbowmen, greatswords too. Everything that you wouldn't want to fight in any type of battle. I've actually have never seen that many infantrymen in one fight. It's not really a big map, and that works out to their favor. They do have a bit of cav here. We're looking at Demigryph Knights, and they're beginning to cycle around to go move over here to potentially hold like that. And again, we're still moving into the woods, trying to make our stand here, where then we can advance through the woods. I mean, that was my goal. I wanted to move deeply into the woods. And right now we're looking at Attrition moving in with Synagors that have actually no great weapons. Okay. Basic Synagors, but they're moving through. They're very quick. And they really do not tire out. Now, if we look at it, they'll get a few shots off and a few might die. But if we're in the trees, for them to hit us would be very difficult. I mean, check that out. We're in the woods, and those trees will be blocking a lot of enemy shots. That is where we have a great advantage. They have such a great amount of men here. It's really crazy. They go over hills. They're all over. It's going to be a pretty intense battle. I can assure you of that. I've got Ungor Raiders trying to, I don't know, screen maybe. Trying to do a little bit of damage where we can. I mean, I won't be able to hit them as easily, but they won't be able to hit me as easily too. That's why I'm waiting in the woods right now. Attrition is beginning to shoot too. I'm beginning to move up. We have a lot of arrows going towards them. They have so many men that we would have to kill a lot for it to be worthwhile. Here we go. We're beginning to shoot at them over here. I believe Attrition begins to fight them. I believe around here is where they really begin to fight, in that little pocket. More of his armies out here. He's currently fighting the Demigryph Knights who are charging already, which is kind of crazy. I wouldn't do that. I definitely wouldn't want to do that, but I wouldn't want them to fight in the woods too. They can take out one spearman group, but I mean, if you lose your Demigryph Knights here, that is a lot of gold gone. They're beginning to charge in now. Let's go ahead and zoom in and watch that. We've got a Cygor moving in. Cygors are very effective at fighting infantry blobs. One stone can kill so many. Okay, they're all clashing in now. A battle is happening. Here's what we have going on. I'm over here still in the woods. I'm taking my time. I'm going to let you know that I end up taking a lot of time. I'm trying to use my archers to whittle them down, to do a little bit of damage. I'm killing a few of them. My other goal was to actually waste their ammunition. They have a lot of ammo, but I wanted to waste a lot of it. I mean, if you look at the damage I'm taking, it's minimal. It really isn't a lot, and that is really good for me. Attrition is still going around using his, good old Synagors, trying to move around here, probably trying to hit some ranged units is what I would imagine he's trying to do. A Cygor is beginning to throw stones into battle. A few men are dead. They're gone. There's only bloodstains left on the ground. If you look over here, a battle's still going on. He's not going to win the infantry fight. That won't happen. He's going to have to really defeat every bit of the Demigryphs over here. Kill the halberds. Ooh, that was a volatile. We've got a net of Talk, keeping them from flanking appropriately. Probably trying to go after our enemies over here. All the crossbowmen. We've got a spell coming down on them, doing some damage. I probably would have used it over here on Minotaurs, maybe. There's a Gore Bull fighting too. The halberds are beginning to fall apart. He kept his Demigryph Knights in one location, and that got him killed. Let's go ahead and look over here again. He's got a few men out here just kind of standing. He probably forgot about him is what I imagine. I'm beginning to move in. I bring in a Cygor. I'm trying to place him perfectly where he's protected by trees, but where he's able to fire too, killing blobs of them. My goal is to get rid of greatswords. I'm beginning to move a little bit more. So you can see me moving over here, where I'm going to hold for a brief moment, where I'm going to begin charging out eventually to do a lot more damage. And Attrition's taking the brunt of the damage right now. He's fighting a very important battle, though, getting rid of their cav. And that volatile did a lot of damage, freaking him out, knocking him down. That way more men can charge into the battle and do a lot more damage. Here's a Gore Bull fighting. He's being shot at, but again, that is a lot of range. There's a net of talk. I'm not sure why you would use that there. Not really a great place to use it. I'm still using my bowmen right now. We're whittling down greatswords. My point is to get their health down. Now when I charge in, a lot more of them will drop. I'm already killing a lot of greatswords. They're dropping quickly. That is very important for me. And over here, my Cygor is killing a lot of greatswords too. They're reforming. They begin to move eventually. Let's go over in slow motion real quick to make sure that we've got every part of the battle, you know, witnessed and gone over. Yeah, here's that big group over here. They're losing. The Empire's not doing very well. They're charging through the middle, but they're going after Minotaurs. And yeah, they are anti-large, but they won't be able to beat that. Tokshin's winning over here as well, but we've got a lot of range units who are staggered too. But if you look at it now, Tokshin went into a giant circle and is finally getting a Hellblaster volley gun. That wasn't really a great call. A mortar probably would have been a great call, killing our lower tier units or whatever, or even a Luminarch. That would have been pretty deadly for us. Okay, if we look over here now, the Centaurs are beginning to charge in. 32 kills already. They're hitting a lot of crossbowmen. They're hitting in a very exposed location. We're looking at a light wizard over here. Here comes more Gore herds who are coming back into the battle. We're looking at another Centaur group over here. Probably going after handgunners is what I'm looking at right now. They're beginning to charge right in, right over here, which is great. Okay. And then there's me. I'm still over here shooting. I've done a lot of damage to very expensive units right now. Like that. A bit like that. My Cygor, I place in a perfect location. He's killed over 50 already. Tokshin's still moving in. I'm still screening. I don't want to lose my army in a melee fight. I made my choice to take my time. That's just how I knew that I would... Oh, they actually do have a Luminarch. They're shooting a little bit. They managed to really beat up on Tokshin's Gore Bull. Wow. That was like a double hit there with a light wizard. Look at that. Pretty cool particle effect as far as how that looks. Gore Bulls are still standing over here. They're doing their own thing. Tokshin's beginning to clash and surprisingly holding for a long time. We've got handgunners being hit from behind, taking a lot of damage. My archers are still shooting inside, hitting a lot of their greatswords. I didn't want to fight all his greatswords. We're all still shooting. I'm trying to get rid of all of my ammo. It may not be a lot of kills, but it's enough to weaken them. Because, I mean, if you look at it, not as many have died, but their health is very low. That overall HP is very low. Another volatile to split them all up. Two groups in one location. They're now falling apart. There's Ungor Raiders. Tokshin's beginning to move into the meat of them. I'm still over here chilling out. I probably chilled out for way too long in hindsight. I don't know what was going through my head here, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my time. Because, again, that is usually how we like to play as a team in 2v2. Often, our enemies will expend all their power trying to take out one of us doing a lot of damage. Sure, our teammate is able to remain and stay in power, and they charged at him, to be fair. They didn't charge at me. So Tokshin was trying to move in, but then they charged at him, and he had to fight here. So he did. But I was not charged at. I got to wait over here where I was able to just kind of hit them. But now they're beginning to move in towards me. I'm letting them hit my Ungor Raiders. I want them to. I want to bind them up. We got a Karl Franz now charging in. I'm bringing in my Minotaurs to go after Karl Franz. I want to kill him quickly. Here's my Cygor. 69 kills. I'm trying to hit a new group. We're looking at another spell going after these handgunners again. Bam. They took more damage, and I wanted to distract them from being able to shoot even more at my Cygor. That is what I wanted to do. Now I'm beginning to move in. I want to completely overwhelm them. My goal here is to freak out Karl Franz, to get rid of his leadership, to cause him to flee, and to steamroll everything they have in the woods right now. I'm beginning to move a few more men outside of the woods a little bit. My Cygor is taking some damage. 90 kills total, a beautiful amount. Let's go and check on Tokshin real quick, what he has going on. We're looking at more men going after the spearmen in the woods. We're looking at a battle happening over here too. Look at that. Gelt is beginning to waver. I don't know why he's out there on his own. We got Malagor now charging in. We're looking at Gore Bulls doing a lot of damage. I'm coming to help out a bit. We're trying to get Gelt very early on. Halberds are beginning to freak out and flee. They're leaving right now. Here's a Cygor, 82 kills. Not as many as my Cygor. My Cygor got more kills. Going after greatswords too. I've got to add in every time, which is so incredibly powerful for me, being able to hit any greatsword group. Here we go. Going for another hit. Oh, I don't know where my stone went that time. That was a little bit weird. Bugged out. Karl Franz, 71 kills, quite a few kills. I mean, he's on a death claw, but he's worth a lot of gold, and that is their leader. I now have him surrounded. They have not a lot of men left when you look at it. They really went after Tokshin. They really wanted to kill him. I've got my Cygor still throwing things, 96 kills, and Here they come now, going after my great swords. Or, sorry, my Cygor with their great swords. So now they're moving in over here. I've got my archers over here. I've got infantry who can now charge out, though, if I want them to clash over here, potentially a little bit outside of the woods, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm keeping my Cygor here to cause terror. He's now stomping in melee combat. Only 1 kill on that first stomp. Still taking a lot of damage. I want him to. He's here to soak things up, though. That is his job. I definitely want him to do that. And now I'm clashing in. My guys are beginning to move over to the flank over here, where I'm going to be able to hit them even further, shooting their great swords, shooting their archers, whatever they have. Here comes a war altar. We got rid of that light wizard. Malagor's still helping out. We got great swords over here. They still have a lot of infantry left, but I still have a majority of my army if you look at the troop count. I broke the great swords nearly immediately. They were terrified. They left nearly immediately, which worked out in my favor. We're looking at my raiders now hitting their handgunners, trying to shoot. Their great swords are very tired. So, I mean, all that little damage I did over time built up. It culminated in a great victory. I was then able to break them without taking too many losses in melee. And over here, we're looking at Karl Franz. He managed to get out of my little vice. We're still back here. I don't know why I kept my Minotaurs back for so long, but I did. I like to fight piecemeal when I can, and I had a feeling that I could outlast my foe by whittling them down. Now, he did manage to get my Cygor. I'm still trying to head in. He manages to get away again. Very tough for me to deal with. He's over here now. The greatswords are getting a lot of kills in, killing my gore herds. I'm now moving in. I'm clashing in. I'm trying to hit handgunners. I'm trying to hit whatever they have. Greatswords have died. That Cygor did so much damage, though. An incredible amount. Now, the tidal wave, the Beastman wave, begins to move in. The greatswords are dying immediately. Look at that. They were steamrolled. I ran train on their greatswords, okay? Karl Franz is taking damage again. They're shooting at me where they can. I got Ungor Raiders now. Well, actually, shooting at Karl Franz, trying to damage him. He's gotten over 100 kills. I'm fighting over here, keeping busy their greatswords, who are so greatly weakened that they cannot do a lot. I'm trying to get around them. I'm still taking a lot of damage. Imagine if I charged in immediately. I may have still won. That may have happened, but those greatswords are no joke. They probably would have hurt me. A lot. Cygor still throwing. 120 kills, now more kills than my dead Cygor. Missed a big shot over there. That's okay, but we're about to win. We completely beat them. They have very little left. They're all leaving. Karl Franz took a lot of damage. Look at all of their men fleeing. I took the north so quickly. I charged right in, and they fell apart. And Attrition fought very hard, defeating a large portion of their army, too. If you look at my kills, not as really high, and I could have charged in at any point. But, I don't know, maybe I was feeling very lazy that day. And I was like, you know what, Attrition, take the helm, my friend. And he did. He got a lot of kills. His Minotaurs got a lot of kills. The Cynagors did a great job. And overall, he just got a lot of kills. Me, I was more spread out. I killed a lot of great swords. My Cygor's not here. He got quite a few, well, yeah, nearly 100 kills, so quite a few. If you look at what they got, a spread out amount of kills, and that's okay. Karl got a lot of kills over here. Looks like that player got a lot of kills, but I mean, they lost the battle. They couldn't keep up. Their leaders could not keep up, and their men just broke. They couldn't keep up with all that terror and all the large creatures that we had. More so, I thought they would hold for a longer period of time, so my mindset was that I would be able to bring in a fresh, new giant army to steamroll, which is what I was doing. I think they may have both left instead of like fighting out the very nitty-gritty end of it, but that was kind of my idea, that I would bring in fresh troops. I like doing that. When you have a long battle going on and their men are tired out and you bring in a fresh wave of troops, just like in real life, man, you're going to have a tired army going, holy crap, I've got to fight a giant new wave of fresh troops, and they'll lose. And I knew that I could utilize all my cheap men to do that bit of damage. I could use my Gore Bulls, I could use Malagor to do bits of damage, and then I wanted to finally steamroll, but yeah, they probably ended up leaving, because I mean, I felt like they didn't all break. Maybe they did. I don't know. They did fight a long battle. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like down below, and any feedback is good feedback. Okay, until then.